I think the greatest gift that's given me and many of us in this room is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless. I've been thinking a lot about some of the distressing issues that we're facing collectively, and I think at times we feel or we're made to feel that we champion different causes. But for me, I see commonality. I think whether we're talking about gender inequality or racism or queer rights or indigenous rights, we're talking about the fight against injustice. We're talking about the fight against the belief that one nation, one people, one race, one gender, or one species has the right to dominate, control, or use and exploit another with impunity. Well, what am I doing? I'm listening to Joaquin Phoenix Oscar speech. That speech is my favorite one. Well, the technique right now, why did I do it? It was shadowing technique. Well, it was a technique that we listen to a speech or something. It could be audiobook or something. We listen and we speak at the time. I was speaking very fast. Why? Because I speeded up the speech to 1.5. It was more challenging one. Well, this is the next step, and I'm gonna show you how we do it step by step.
But I think the greatest gift that it's given me, and many of us in this room, is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless. I've been thinking a lot about some of the distressing issues that we are facing collectively. And I think at times we feel, or we're made to feel, that we champion different causes.
Well, that speech one is my favorite one. That's why I've chosen it. You can choose your own one, but how we do it? We extract the transcript. The YouTube provides it for us. You can find the transcript on YouTube. So we take it, we read it many times. We love it. If you love it, it could be a speech, or it could be a scene from the movie, or it could be your your favorite audiobook, for example. You can practice reading it, and then you try to practice the shadowing. Well, shadowing. It is technique to make our mouth muscles flexible. So we make our mouth muscles flexible, and so we enable them to be able to be suitable for any sound system. So as we are right now practicing English sound system, I try to make my mouth muscles to be flexible enough to pronounce every sound in English sound correctly. So what shadowing is not just mouth flexibility. It is also for our speed. So with this technique, we can speed up our speech. We can speak very fast. We can develop our problem solving skills. So whenever I want to tell you something very interesting. So we see around some people who don't know the language that we are learning right now, but they can tell us, or they can ask us some very basic questions like "How are you?" We think that that person doesn't know this language, but he or she can pronounce this sentence very well. Why? Because that person has practiced that sentence many times. So as we practice something many times, we make it a habit. So language is kind of a neurological process that whenever we make it a habit, we don't need to think about the agreements between the words, so grammatical structures and etc. etc. We just open our mouth, the sentences come out. So the shadowing technique helps us to have this opportunity, to have this chance. It is wonderful. It is marvelous, actually. And if you practice it in the language that you want to learn, you can see a miserable development if you practice this technique in the language that you are right now learning, you're right now studying.